Tara koutou, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday on what is, you can probably see the sun streaming through the window here, a very beautiful sunny day in Tamaki Makaurau. On today's show, we will go through Mahi Media, where we're looking at healthcare equity in the workplace. As always, we'll go through our hot jobs of the week, and I'm joined this week by Julia Yen, who will talk about job seeker trends. And we'll finish off by going to the social media polls and see what's happening around the country. So first off, let's go to Mahi Media. Now, it's been great to see that New Zealand businesses really recognise the importance of diversity, equity and inclusion in building successful teams. As we see DEI benefits and initiatives forming a really major part of the employee value proposition. And DEI is clearly important to our workforce as well. So last year we surveyed the people, and over 50% of job seekers listed DEI as a key factor in their job search last year, and I'm sure it'll be much the same this year as well. As always, though, there's still more mahi to be done. And we recently put the spotlight on women's health, and in particular menopause and menstrual policies. So we found that over 60% of respondents stated that menstrual or perimenopause symptoms significantly affected their experience at work. And it was good to see that this impact hasn't gone unnoticed. So 56% of respondents actually supported paid leave, but businesses have been slow to put that sentiment into action, with only 5% of employers actually offering paid menstrual or menopause leave. So I guess it's a bit of food for thought to think about how good is your workplace at supporting women's health and what can be done about it. And is it something that you consider when choosing an organisation? All right, so let's have a look at some of the hot jobs of the week. So first up for Auckland, based in Penrose, we have a permanent warehouse assistant role, paying around 50,000 to 60,000, probably more up towards that top end per annum. So this one is run by Kaylee in our Auckland office here, and they're looking for someone who has some experience already working within a warehousing role. And this one is specifically working for a fire equipment manufacturer based here in Auckland and Penrose. So if you're interested in this or know someone who could be, please get in touch with Kaylee. All right.
Kia ora team, a hot new role for those chartered accountants has just come up. Either you are based in Whangarei or you're willing to travel to Whangarei for 2 days of the week, that would be great. It is a hybrid role, working from home and in the office. Initially, these chartered accountants need to have some management accounting experience, as what you'll be doing is helping support other managers of the business make sound financial decisions, as well as financial reporting, budgeting, and then creating other financial reports that might be needed to help support the business. It is a contractor role for the next 3 months, and the role is paying between $50 to $52.88 per hour, just depending on the skill sets that you can bring to the team. If this sounds like an interesting opportunity for yourself, please reach out to myself. My contact details should be given below, and then we can just go from there. Have a great day, guys.
Excellent. And if you're thinking of making the move further afield, as always, we have a range of different opportunities across Australia and now in the UK as well. So we'll just go through and highlight some of the hot jobs in Australia and the UK. Okay, so first up for the CBD. So if you want to get that quick start, getting a temp role can be a great way to ease into the market in a new country. So they have a receptionist role based in the CBD in Sydney, paying an hourly rate, so a decent rate there, between $40 to $43 per hour, probably a lot more than you'll get in New Zealand, unfortunately. And this one is a busy role there. So if you're interested in that, get in touch with Lauren or contact any of the consultants in the New Zealand team and we will point you in the right direction. Okay, and we have a social worker role based in London. So again, if you have professional experience, you want to continue your career over in the UK on your working holiday, please get in touch with Liz Jones, the manager for the team based in London in the UK. Okay, so now we'll go through. So really pleased to be joined by Julia Yen today. So we are already through the first quarter of the year. Amazing. I always feel so old saying this, but the year's speeding by again. So what kind of trends are you seeing from job seekers in the market, Julia?
Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for doing that introduction. So leading on from what you've asked, the top 3 trends I'm currently seeing, also that has transitioned from 2022, is the whys and experience, meaning that what is the scope of the role? Why is this a perfect step, and why would they make the major move and the big step into a new company when they've happily settled in their role, especially when coming from an agency, I headhunt people and I reach out to them directly. They like to understand the clear picture of their benefits and also having that seamless experience and having each touch point, especially when it's remote engagement or you go on site to meet the team. They'd like to have that overall experience and not just directly meet with 1 or 2 managers or the HR team. The other thing is, what is the organization's culture and value? And then also one of the key things that has really come through with my engagement is the onboarding, the growth, and the development for this role.
Yeah, so what are some of the things that job seekers are looking for in terms of culture? Because it's going to be different for everyone and what's important to you. What are some of the key things that are standing out this year?
That is a very good question. What I'm seeing is candidates are telling me what they've experienced in the past and to date, and they're moving into a role where, look, I'm going to be very transparent. I don't want to be experiencing the same thing. So a lot of it is around the internal opportunities, because a lot of the times, they want longevity, they want growth, whether it's, going horizontal or, stepping into a managerial role, but it's having that clear communication of, when I start this role, who am I engaging with? What is my onboarding process? And once I'm onboarded, is that training ongoing? And also, what are the tools that are provided that I can use provided it's, you know, subsidized by the company. And it's just having that opportunity to actually speak up and say, hey, I want to move into this area. What can I do?
Yeah, well, it sounds like I think that communication and for businesses to allow that peek behind the curtain to see what it's really like is really important, because, you know, it's a big step for job seekers and they want to make sure that they're making the right move. What's some advice for employers in terms of being able to showcase their culture and the benefits of moving to their organization?
I definitely would say that during the interview process is to actually bring someone who may have just recently stepped into a role, someone that's maybe not in the same division, that doesn't see the same picture, that they've worked in other areas of the business, and they can really, what I call storytelling about why they move into this role, what they have their experience, and why they're in this role. It's good to also get a lot of the candidates to actually research the company, have a look at LinkedIn, have a look at the team, like, you know, meet the team on the company website, get them to understand, you know, what is the step up, like who are the teams. You start from a supervisor, for example, you move into a manager, and then you move into a GM. That gives them a little bit of what we call idea, so they can bring it to the table for discussion.
Fantastic. Well, really interesting to hear those trends. And I think, you know, we're talking about how the balance of power has shifted a lot over the last couple of years to the job seeker. So now more important than ever to be able to be proactive and make sure that you're finding out all that you need to make sure your next move is the right one. Thanks, Julia.
No, thank you very much.
Excellent. All right, so let's go to the polls. There was a little break from the last one as we over the Easter break. So let's see what happened. So we asked, have you considered taking on a second temporary job due to the cost of living? So we had a bit of a split result. So 50 or just under 55% said yes, they had, and 45% said no, actually, you know, keep on trucking where I am. Okay, and let's look at the poll for this week. So going on from our topic today, should employers offer menstrual and menopause leave? So if you didn't get a chance to contribute to the poll last month, here's your chance now. It'd be great to see what your thoughts are. And as always, feel free to put your comments inside wherever you are streaming this broadcast. Well, that is it for today. Thanks, as always, for joining us, and we will be back same time next Friday for another Frogs on Friday. Enjoy the weekend.